Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with a new series. I think I'm going to love this. I hope you love it. I hope you at least like it. I hope if you hate it, you just don't bother telling me you hate it, because I need to do this, and I'm going to. That's all there is to it. I am going to start doing some fabric decluttering, and I'll tell you about my inspiration for this in a moment. But I did want to fill you in on something I did before. I did it for about a year, and I hated it, but I did it. And I learned through that process that we can get a lot of shit done in 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes per day. 5 days per week is what I chose. So what I did when I did that back then is I had it on my schedule that I had to clean something 10 minutes per day, 5 days per week, and I also had to declutter something. Well, after a while, I realized that some days I didn't really feel like decluttering or cleaning, so I allowed myself to do 20 minutes on just one thing if I wanted. I hated it with a passion. But I got so much done. But I hated it so much that it was making me miserable. I'd rather live with stuff on my floor, not swept, than to go through the misery I was going through. This was something I was doing on my exclusive videos for my patrons and I think YouTube members. I don't know if that was before YouTube members became a thing. They heard me complaining constantly about it, and I finally just gave up. Why is there a hair somewhere tickling my face? All right, I think I've got it under control. So I quit. I quit, and things just slowly fell apart for me. On the days that I really dreaded cleaning something or decluttering, or on the days that I just couldn't find anything else, I mean, I could not believe how many things were cleaned. This whole house was dusted. Ceiling fans were dusted. It was always swept. Refrigerator was always clean. I mean, there was just like some days nothing left. So I would find something to do that, you know, was useful, but I felt like I was cheating because I loved it too much. One of them was decluttering my fabric, going through my fabric and putting things aside for penny auctions and stuff like that. And that was so good because it cleaned up my whole table, the one that we're going to re-clean. Or I would just sit in front of the TV at on my mother's side on her couch and untangle yarn because I had bags and bags of yarn all knotted up. And I was able to watch TV with her and spend sometimes a whole 20 minutes just doing that. And all the yarn got detangled and balled up. Haven't done anything with it, but at least I got that done. So, you know, there's ways to make it, you know, possible to still do the job. But again, I felt really guilty. And then it got to a point where I was doing mostly just stuff like that, the stuff I liked, and I had stopped cleaning the refrigerator and things. So that's when I gave up. I said, look, I'm just constantly doing things I love and not things that really need to be done. And I just took it off my schedule. Let's move forward to right now. Here is my inspiration for starting that back up again, but only to do the things that I love. Why can't I have that in my life? Why can't I force myself to do something I love 10 minutes per day, still 5 days per week? Because, you know, some days I just feel like doing other stuff. My friend Leah from Scraptastic Patchwork, she has started a destashing series. She has more fabric than I can even imagine. So if she can do this, I can do this. And I thought of all the things that it's going to be good for. It's going to have me be more organized with my fabric. Right now I'm to the point where it's hard to even come up with the stuff for penny auctions because there's just too much on the table, which I'll be showing you in a minute. And they're not ready. They're not pre-cut. They're not done. And it's like, oh, I got to do that. As it is, I cut back my penny auctions. I was doing them every 4 days, and I cut back to like every 6 days. Whoops, hang on. Got to turn the chicken. I'm broiling some chicken for lunch. I was saying, yeah, so I cut back on my penny auctions. There's really two reasons. One, I do so much packaging and shipping for all my sales that sometimes it's like auctions end and it's like, oh my God, I have to do those too. The other thing is that I'm just not always ready. So it's going to bring back a joy for me to have my penny auctions running and not have that become stressful, because I love penny auctions. I love doing that. And I don't want that to be, you know, like I said, to become something that I don't look forward to doing. I want to look forward to it. So what was my point? I don't even remember where I was going with this. I suck at this job. I'm back. I had to actually start to edit so I could know what I was talking about. That's how my brain works. It's like when I'm saying things or doing things, I'm actually like really a lot of times thinking of all kinds of other things, like the fact that I have a fabric frenzy that is still going on right now and I really need to be working on that. But I'm forcing myself to do this because I want to. Then the chicken was ready, so I gave my mother her lunch. I'm going to eat after I wrap this up. I guess I was saying that, you know, it's just going to help me in many ways with my penny auctions and to also do other things. And I want to mention that I'll link down below to Leah's videos. Please go check her out. Subscribe to her channel. She's got a lot of different things coming out. And she just started YouTube, so I'm really thrilled about that. She also has an eBay store, Etsy shop. I'm sure she must have that linked in her descriptions, but I'll link down below to that also. Do go check her out. Please, please, pretty please do that. Thank you. I'm very happy and encouraged by her starting this series because I know I can do this. I know I can because I did it before. That table was a hot mess. I can see it from here. And I had it at least organized, and now it's a hot mess again. Still in boxes, but hot mess boxes. And I'm just very excited. Now I have some points. I'm going to tell you how I expect this series to go. So let me pull that up. Hang on. All right, like I said before, I'm going to aim for 5 days per week. That gives me wiggle room. You know, if I don't get a day done, I like to do Monday through Friday, but I can make up for lost time Saturday or Sunday if I need to. And it's 10 minutes per day. When I mention this to people, they say, oh, that's a good way to start because you always end up doing more than 10 minutes. Not my goal. My goal is to constantly remind myself that 10 minutes is enough. I stop at 10 minutes, even if I want to continue. I mean, if I'm in the middle of cutting some fabric when the timer rings, well, of course, I will finish that. But 10 minutes is it. If you want to do this with me, but you don't have fabric to declutter, think of decluttering maybe just your closet or just a dresser drawer, one dresser drawer at a time, and you don't have to even do the whole drawer, or a junk drawer, or maybe some of your kids' toys, or just clothing. Just pick something in your house that you would like to declutter or clean, like your refrigerator. It would take me about 6 days to clean my refrigerator once, the first time. After that, when I had nothing else to do, I would look in my refrigerator and say, oh, I see a little bit of milk spilled there. I was so excited, so I could clean, you know, pull the stuff out of that shelf, take that shelf out, wash that. And, you know, if I had minutes left over, I would just take a cloth and go around and wipe my cabinet doors or whatever. I would spend 10 minutes of doing something. So, you know, you can do something like that too. And you don't have to do 5 days per week. I don't care if you do 10 minutes once per week. It's 10 minutes once per week. So try something. But if you say you're going to do it, do it. It's like, you know, you have to do it. We can't just say I'm going to do that and then keep putting it off. So I told Leah today via email that I will be starting this and it will be on my schedule tomorrow because I print out my new schedules on Monday. I already put it on my schedule right away so that it will be printed out when I print out the schedule tomorrow. But I'm going to start right now. And this is like a bonus day. So I can do more than 5 days per week if I want to, but it's always just going to be 10 minutes at a time. Here's what I'm thinking I will do with the recording part of this. I can't have like my timer on because I do set a timer. I can't have my timer on and have talking to you in the camera be part of that 10 minutes. I want the 10 minutes to be spent doing exactly what I do as though you weren't watching me. So what I thought I would do is I can always show you, like, this is the box I'll be working on today or whatever. When I set my timer, I will not be talking to you guys. I will be doing whatever it is I want to do, and I will speed that footage up. So even though I will be cleaning or decluttering for a total of 10 minutes, all of that 10 minutes might be shrunk down to 1 minute for you guys. And then I can wrap it up and just show you what I did, what my plans are. That doesn't count as part of my 10 minutes. That just counts toward my regular YouTubing. YouTubing? My videoing. Videoing? I don't know what I'm talking about. I got fabric on my mind. I'm thinking that, you know, this is obviously a longer video because I'm telling you about it, but I'm thinking after that that I could record every day, my 5 times per week, 10 minutes per day, and just have that all condensed into a video that's under 10 minutes and upload that video once per week. So you'd see my whole week of decluttering my fabric all in one quick video. I also could, once I have enough sorted that I can say, okay, these will be for my penny auctions, I can also show you in that video what penny auctions will be coming up, and also what was the other thing? I might put stuff together for like just buy it now options. I don't know. I might pass that though by my patrons and YouTube members first, because I like to give them first shot at anything that I just outright sell. Other than like if I do a tutorial and I have quilt kits, that's important that the quilt kit goes up when the video goes up. So that's the only time that I don't offer it to them for less. Because, you know, I need to do it that way. But anyway, so it'll, you know, let me explain to you at the end of my video what I plan on doing, and, you know, maybe you'll like to see that too. Maybe it'll give you some ideas. Another thing that I want to do is, you know, quilt blocks or things. A lot of times I put stuff on the table thinking, ooh, I can do this with that. But then, you know, a few days later, that piece of fabric or whatever that was an inspiration is now buried, and I have no clue that it's even there anymore. So here are my current categories that I thought up quickly. Boy, these glasses are filthy. How the hell can I even see through that? They match my shirt. I didn't realize. Okay. My plan is to like just take one of the boxes off the table and put it on my other table and sit with you and take a piece, and it has to go in a pile. That's how I'm going to start, just sorting. And then when I have enough things, like I can come up with 10 penny auctions. Lately, I like to do my penny auctions in a theme. I didn't do that last time because I didn't have enough theme stuff ready. Like one time can be all batik fabrics. One time can be all strips. One time can be all motifs, you know, different things like that. So I need piles of those things so it will be easy for me to set those auctions up. So here are my piles that I have, and I'm sure I'll come up with more piles. If I know instantly it's going for a penny auction, that goes in the penny auction pile. Buy it now. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that, but if I pick up a piece of fabric and maybe I've had that for auction enough or whatever, I'm not quite sure. I know it's going to eBay, but I don't know how. It's just going to go in my, let's call it just eBay pile. So I should have an eBay pile and a penny auction pile. Then, like I said, I need a pile for the things that I'm inspired to do a video on. For instance, I have a box of scraps from one of the quilts that I made. I believe it was the homespun and muslin, and I just put all those scraps into a box, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I did like, let's see what I can do with these scraps, and use only those scraps, and hopefully all of those scraps, to make either just a weird quilt block that could be turned into a tote bag or something. And that box is on that table. Oh, it does happen to be, I think, at the top of a pile of boxes. I don't know. But I'm not encouraged to do it because I look at that table and it's like, oh, I have so much stuff and I don't know what to do next with any of it. So there'll be a pile for that. But the thing is, if it goes into a pile for that, I have to accomplish that video. I'm going to have to put a date on that. You know, realistically, a week isn't good because it could be a week of, you know, that I'm getting ready for my frenzy. Well, I'm always getting ready for my frenzies, but the frenzy might be coming up. So some weeks are much busier than others. But I'll have to put a date. I can bag it and put a date and give myself maybe 2 weeks or something for that particular project. And if I don't accomplish it, then it has to go to a different pile, either to be sold or broken down into penny auctions or whatever. It depends on what's in that bag. So I think that's a good idea because I can't just keep things for projects that will never get completed. And I worry because it's like, oh, but I wanted so much to do that. Well, there's always something else that I'm going to want to do. And, you know, anyway, oh, I'm starting to get nervous about this. I have a hard time. I have a hard time with things like this, but this is going to work. It's going to work for me, and hopefully it will help some of you too. I also have to have a pile for just scraps. And scraps can be broken down into categories, sadly. There are many kinds of scraps that I love. Things for crumb quilts. Those are scraps that are just maybe, you know, pieces but oddly shaped. Then there's scraps for strips and narrow strips, and then those shredded strips that come out of my trash can that include thread and all that. So we're going to see. Again, I can say I will use this for a video and then just sell the rest as a buy it now or a penny auction, whatever works. It just needs to leave this house, and I just hate to just toss it, especially since I have to put things in very expensive orange bags to bring to the dump or to have the dump pick up, and there's just better ways. I could always burn it. It's just cotton. I could go outside in the summer and burn that. A lot of my stuff, you know, you might be saying, well, just give it away for others. Do you know how many people would not know what to do with some of the scraps I'm talking about? So we'll make it work. I'm nervous. I'm starting to feel sick to my stomach. The thought of anything leaving this house. All right, hang on. Okay, I'm feeling better. I have a new pile that I've never done before. Oh, actually I have. I do have some boxes that I have for salvages, different size salvages. Those boxes are now filled, and I have to have a plan for that. And so salvages, and then just regular like quilt blocks. A lot of times I'll get like panels that I have just one of, and instead of selling the panel, I like to cut the individual blocks and put those up for penny auctions. So I need to do all that. And then the most important pile in this is the undecided. I can't spend time because I literally could spend 20 minutes deciding what to do with something. If I don't know immediately what pile it goes to, it goes in my undecided. And it might be a weird thing that doesn't really have a place in the other piles. So the undecided pile will be just that, things that I just don't know what to do with yet. And then I will revisit that pile when it gets big enough, because some new categories might stem from that. And I might say, oh, well, I have quite a few of this, so I can start sorting those separately. Oh my God. Am I ever going to get through this? I am. One little box at a time. And one box, I don't care if it takes me a month. It will get done. I think we might be surprised at how quickly it will get done. So those are my categories for now. I also included a category for tossing out. I don't know about that. I mean, I even have ideas for using what I would call like pieces of fabric confetti. I want to make that a popular thing. But again, will I ever get around to it? Maybe I will, because I'll have a plan and I'll be showing you guys what I have, and it might encourage me to get those projects done at least once, and then I can start hoarding again. So to wrap this up, I will be showing you the table in a little bit, not in this session because I have to go eat. And I guess I'll do one 10-minute session today just to give you an idea. I should be able to do that because I can condense that down to nothing. And then future videos will be me showing you, what I'm working with, and you watching me in very fast speed sorting things, and then me telling you any ideas I might have. Telling you the ideas is important because I will have to write it down and I will have to complete what I say. If I don't, I have to find a new purpose, and I can't just hoard this stuff. I think this sounds pretty exciting for me, because as scared as I am that I'm going to be overwhelmed by all this, I think I can do it. I will get into the swing of it. Again, the 10 minutes that I spend decluttering is going to be actually just that. I'm not counting the time that I'm talking to you. I don't count the time that I cut fabric for penny auctions or things. I have a thing on my schedule for all of that. Let's see, auctions prep, 3 or more days per week, and so I have an X that I cross out. I need to do that at least 3 days per week, and there's no time limit or minimum on those because I just have to get them done. So the 10 minutes of decluttering is mainly going to be just the sorting and organizing, and then forcing myself to bring that to the next part of my schedule, which is actually doing something with it. I hope to have those videos up once per week, no set time or day for those. I'm going to like that I can do bits and pieces like that because I do the editing as I go, and then it doesn't seem like a long video, and they won't be long videos. It's going to be a lot of just sped up footage, and like I said, I'm just anxious. And it will change along the way. I will find ways that I might prefer to do this, and stuff like that. Let me start by eating my lunch, and then I will show you the table that I'm talking about. I had lunch, and I had to start working on my Frenzy. I have decided that, no, I'm not trying to back out of this. I'm absolutely doing this, but I think it's better if I just upload this today, and then tomorrow is Monday at the time that I'm recording this, and then I can record the actual sorting, decluttering, that kind of thing Monday through Friday, and it will be a very quick video that will come up at some point, maybe Friday night or at some point during the weekend. If I get behind, I can still, do the recording the next week, and one by one, you'll see these videos. So I will show you the table, but there's just no way I can mentally switch gears. I have over 100 invoices with multiple orders on each. I have to sort all the stuff that I had for the Frenzy, and start the packing. And I try to get them all done so the last batch of packages go out on Thursday, because another sale starts on Friday, my flash sales. So I really have to do that. But I will take my 10 minutes, and it's going to be longer than 10 minutes for me. So, we have to see how that's going to work. I'm good with the 10 minutes of decluttering, but I will have to be recording and a little bit of chatting. Those are not going to be like chatty videos though, unless maybe I just do an intro like on Monday and then just say to you guys, here's my week, how it went. I don't know. I'm going to want to tell you guys about the fabric. I know I am. We're going to just try this and we'll see how it goes. But I'm not doing that today because, see, I go on and on and on. But I know some of you like my chatty videos, so what I might do during the decluttering things is I could chat with you after and let people know this is, the decluttering part is over, and now I'm going to chat. So if you want to leave, it's a good time to leave. All right, let's go look at the table. Now, I know I have shown this before. This is actually like the most organized mess that there has been on this table. When I did this before, and I'm sure I have footage because I did it for an exclusive video, I had showed this. I believe it was just piles of fabric with no boxes under them. These are actually in boxes, although you really can't see the boxes anymore. See, there is a box under there. This was all the scraps that go to what I used to have on eBay as scrap auctions for crumb quilters. And it's been a long time since I've done that because I'm not ever looking forward to dealing with this. So this is, one thing all had a purpose, although now I do 2-inch squares and other things, so some of these might be put into a different pile where I can cut into 2-inch squares. See, this is a little tray that I have for 2-inch squares. They're 2-inch strips, and then I cut them this way when I have time. These happen to be all batik on this side right now, and then those are the regular things. So there's that. This is my caddy, and this is even getting cluttered. I have to go through this, but at night when I go, you know, before I go to bed, everything has to be picked up. Like my ruler can't be there. My ruler? Yeah, that's a ruler. It's a shower bar with a ruler attached. My scissors can't be there. Everything has to be picked up and put here. My workspace has to be clean, at least the part that I actually work at. Okay, so here's the scraps I was talking about. For the homespun and muslin, I just want to do something with just this box of scraps. So that's something we can think about, we, as in me. And then, you know, these are things that I've made, and and then there's, you know, stuff like this, like, look, all these little narrow strips, everything wants to fall. Oh my God. And then so on and so on. Under there somewhere, I believe, is the box where I used to put like single panels that I had, so I can cut them for penny auctions. And you can see it's like, you know, it's not tempting to want to go through that because everything else falls. This is covered with other stuff, but under there is all the pieces of cotton that are left over that were too small to do to go into my 5-inch pre-cuts, so they go there for penny auctions. And then there's this, oh God, a lot of salvages. That's all stuff that needs to be sorted. And then this box was the box where things were already cut for my penny auctions, but now I don't want to do anything Christmas, so that's another thing. I'll have to have a category for like Christmas and holidays. I'll start back up with that probably like in July, maybe a little sooner, but these are all things that are cut that can go on eBay, so I have to just sort through those and see what I want to do. These are things that I had pre-planned for January. I kind of let go of that kind of schedule, so these are just things that I can sell. And, you know, this is just all empty plastic bags and my tape and, I don't know, some little pre-cuts there that don't have a family to be with. And just a craft rope. I just don't get rid of anything. So this whole table is what I would like to sort and organize in this series. And then I can work on those bags next. That's all stuff that was once in my fabric trash. See that one piled up? It gets bagged to be thrown out, but it never quite goes out the door. It's there. But we will start here. I will sort, organize, put things up for sale, and we will get this done. We will. I will. I will know you're there watching, and it's going to allow me to complete this dreaded task that I really do enjoy. I really do enjoy, you know, sorting the fabric and cutting it, and it's actually hard to stop after 10 minutes, but 10 minutes is my limit because I have other things to do. So I will be back in about a week, and you will see a full 5 days of me sorting this disaster. And again, you know, I might take just one box like this, and it might take me 10 minutes just to go through that. We don't know. We'll find out. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.